Hey, I'm ElusiveKev. Welcome back to MotoGP 18 for the season finale in Moto2 as Mario's got one hand on the title. Can he go with both of them in Valencia? As here goes Mario for the first of three possible qualifying efforts. As he got beat Alex Masters 38.2. As the rain has followed us from Malaysia, as you can see. Pouring it down here in Valencia. Don't often see this, all this glorious sunshine, but look at the clouds overhead. It seems very dark here. Let's see if Mario can repeat what he did in Malaysia. Put it on a stonking pole. Maybe not, as he's half a second back. First set to got to be that 38.2 from Alex Marquez, the home hero. May not be in the title hunt, but lots of pride to fight for Marquez, for Oliveira, and of course for Baldassarri and McDonald, the big prize. But Mario, 20 points in front. Just needs to score 5 points and the title is his. No matter what Baldassarri does. So if he gets the top 10, he's home and hosed. But if he doesn't, and Baldassarri wins, the title could be heading to Italy. Let's see what McDonald can do, as that first sector is definitely his. Other two sectors have not been very good so far. Again, he's using this setup that he's used since Aragon. Despite the bike being very tricky, just seems to be better the riders. Binder's now at the top with 37.5, but on 2.3 seconds lower. Got lots of work to do on his two remaining efforts. You can get even close. Oh, so he might be doing a Marc Marquez from a few years ago, starting last and trying to fight his way through the field to win. He's just a quarter second down in the first sector. So that's not too bad. First sector's here, so first and third sets are definitely McDonald's. And then second, especially the fourth sector, he's going to be losing time. It's only just half a second down, that's not too bad. Runs a bit wide. Of course, the rear end is sliding virtually everywhere here. This session is Oliveira now, top of 37.3. McDonald's 7 tenths down. Into the final sector. Been looking to get into the 38s at least. As at the moment he's 29th. A smooth enough exit out of the final corner. Not looking quick though. It's a 38.6. So 1.3 seconds down. Let's see if we can find another second on this final lap. It's not too bad into the first corner. In the second corner, just got to wait to get onto the power. Such a long exit, and he's right up there with Oliveira. With the sun shining, with the lack of sun, with just all the bright light shining on the track, very tricky to get your braking points. And actually see where you're going at times. No, definitely seems to be heading on the right track on this lap. Just 4 tenths down. Nice and smooth on the power, just lifting slightly. Getting it all the way down to first in some of these corners. A bit playing with fire, that. That's nice. 8 tenths down. He's lost time in that sector. Oh, and he's outbraked himself. He's gone wide and he's getting taken out by Mark VDS bike. But now he's got one more effort in the bank then. He's getting taken out. Let's see a 1.7 back. Let's see if he can gain then. In the first sector. As there's Olivia on pole ahead of Baldassarre and Binder. Then Marquez, the home hero, ahead of Bagnaia and Short. And there's an all-Spaniard third row with Mir, Vergain, Ica occupying it. Ahead of Agata, running out the year with a top 10 qualifying. Good job ahead of Navarro and Piscini. Then Lowe's, Corsi and Gardner. Marini, Barbera and Locatelli. McDonald leads the 7th row down in 19th. He did not like the wet conditions on this occasion, ahead of Oldendal and Bent Snyder. Then Joe Roberts, head of Quartararo and Vinales, Finati, Paoli and Kent on the 9th row. 10th row, Manzi, Granado and Fugadini. And at the back, it's Danilo, Kuradin and Nakashima. So just one race will decide the title. Will be going to McDonald or Baldassarre. So for the final time this season, Mario revs it up, waits for the lights to go out as we get underway in Spain. Not the best start for Mario. He's been jumped by his ex-teammate Finati. Let's go towards the first corner, can dive down the inside of his teammate, and it looks like Remy Gardner as well. It's not quite into the points. He gets very congested. Now he is. Locatelli got held up by Agata. Smo's diving. Almost dived in too much down the inside Piscini, but he's ahead of Iku. He's up into 11th. One more place, I believe. And that's the title. So Piscini's on the back of Navarro. Halfway through this opening that. He's got Locatelli and Corsi battling behind. It doesn't look like Baldassarre is making a break for it in the lead. So Mario does need these places. As he's 4 tenths behind Navarro. I guess the good thing for Mario is that this race is dry, even despite the overhead clouds zooming. Doesn't know it's going to rain this race. So he won't have the nightmare of qualifying again, as Navarro with a very scruffy exit. As Baldassarre leads ahead of Olivia, Bagnaia. Binder and Mir rounds out the top 5. Oh, Mayo diving in the first corner. Does he make it stick? Navarro's got him on the switch back. It's on the outside of the Grassini rider. Can't make it stick. Maybe through the right. He's down the inside. That was scruffy. It's a top liner getting away. Mayo sees that. Wants to quickly dispose of the young Spaniard. He looks to the left. No room there, really. And Mayo's found a way up into the top 10. Now can he close the gap to Piscini, or 7 tenths in front? Navarro nooks back. Can't make any move though. Looks like Mario's already gained a couple of tenths. We know how good he is in that third sector. Not so good through this long left-hander. Yes, he's all over Bassini though. So no doubt he can close that gap in just half a lap. As Baldassarre sets a 32.6, Mario 33 flat, so he's not that far off the pace in the dry. And again, dive into the inside, the first left-hander. Once again getting switch-backed. But he's diving into the inside to the next left. Once again, Bassini's got the switch back. Well, he's got the inside line into the right-hander. So that is 9th. Some assurance for him. Baldassarri wins. Now can he close up to the battle for 5th in front? The Dynavite Boits at the back. Is that the Mark VDS boys in front? I think it is. See, next to the outside. Navarro did that the previous lap. That's not going to work, mate. It's just a bit wide of the apex there. Bit slow there for Mario. At least he's a second behind. At top 8. Not that good a run through the long left this time. Break downhill into this final corner, so tricky. Especially to get on the power smoothly for this long start-finish straight. As Baldassarri leads ahead of Olivier, Bagnaia, Binder, Marquez. Done with a 33.6, a poor lap. But he gained a 10th on Verge, that final sector. So what looked like a weakness in qualifying is actually turned into a bit of a strength in the race. As Mir's back with Shirota over 6th. Madonna's starting to maybe pull away from Bassini behind us. The first set to watching it like a strength in qualifying is a weakness in the race. Lost a couple of tenths. But it seems to be nice and smooth in that second sector. Actually gains a 10th back. So it's interesting to monitor these gaps through these sectors. It's like slightly different from qualifying then than what we expected. Third sector definitely is though. Gained another couple of tenths. Closing in on that battle in front. Nice wide line into the final corner. Not nicely onto the power though. Baldassarri still holding off Olivier at the top. It's McDonald now. Getting 3 tenths and all. Marquez down in front. That's another position for McDonald. He's up to 8th now. Marquez out of the top 5 position. Wonder what happened to the home hero. That's now Shirota, Mir and Verga battling for a top 5 and McDonald's closed in until he gets pushed wide by Bassini. No, not liking that. Immediately battered by the veteran Italian. As we're in the second half of the race as well. These laps are flying by. And unfortunately that squabbing has cost them half a second at least. So we're now working hard to close that gap. Just so he's starting to inch into it on that 4th lap. There's a couple of tenths gained. It's almost losing the rear, getting on the power. Baldassarri still holding off Olivier. Bagnaia and Binder together. Then Mir, Shirota, Verge, McDonald just ahead of Bassini and Navarro. Just 3 laps to go. I thought McDonald would push on a bit more closing that gap, but you can see it's pretty similar and he's run wide for the right. Could get a Bassini sneak attack again. Not on this occasion. He really does firmly shut that door. It's Menscher battling. Okay, over 5th. So it's Isaac Vinales further down the hill. Alex Marquez trying to battle his way back through the field. Batting for 12th with Agata. So once again runs wide. Once again just about holds off Bassini. He now gives him a lovely bump. So Madonna gets on the power. Bassini almost gets into him. And all the while, that battle for 5th is getting away. So hopes of ending the season with a top 5. Look like they're over. As he's 1.6 seconds back on this penultimate lap. Not sure he's going to be starting to take almost a second out the riders in front. And see top 4 all together as well in front of this trio. But already starting to wheelie. It's once again wide in that right-hander. Struggling with the tyres, it looks like. A bit wide again as Quartararo now batting with Alex Marquez over 12. So once again holding off Bassini. Just able to hold on for the time being. He's lost a couple of tenths of the riders in front on this lap. A bit wide there. On the exit. There's just one lap to go to the coronation. But McDonald as a Moto2 champion, if he can hold on to this 8th place. Still got Bassini and Navarro right on his tail. He's still struggling on traction. A bit wide there again. Now can he get this right-hander right? Finally. Just makes it a bit easier into the next right. And then into the left. Past this huge crowd. Look at all those flags waving to the right-hand side. Half a lap to go. Once again, Bassini wants to say hello. Though not in the mood. As it looks like that gap's widening in front. Yeah, another couple of tenths this lap. Well, Donald won't care. As despite, I think Baldassarre coming through the win. Just through the final corner. It will go towards the line for an unimpressive 8th place by Moto2 World Champion. That was a nervy ride in the second half of the race after a fantastic launch in the first half. As Baldassarre wins by just under 4 tenths of a second ahead of Olivia, who's glued to his tail for most of that race, with Bagnaia less than a second back, then Binder in 4th. Shorter in the battle for 5th ahead of Mir and Vergay, and there is McDonald in 8th. Not with the best pace once again in the race. He probably had top 5 pace, but made quite a few mistakes, as you saw. But he's 3 tenths ahead of Bassini, second ahead of Navarro, with Alex Marquez just outside the top 10. Very disappointing for him, ahead of Quartararo, Ika, Agata, and Locatelli grabs the final point of the season ahead of Remy Gardner by half a second. And then we got Lowe's, Barbera, Marini, Bo Bent Snyder. And right at the back is Danny Kent. So it is confirmed. Mayo is your Moto2 world champion by just 3 points ahead of Baldassare and Olivier, just 15 points back. What could have been for him if he didn't have that clash in Phillip Island? He could have been Moto2 world champion, but instead it goes to Samurai Naraido, backing up his Moto3 world championship with another one, and just the big one to go then, the MotoGP World Championship, as Bagnaia wins that battle for 4th in the head of Alex Marquez by 8 points. Then Binder in 6th, Verge winning the battle ahead of Shirota for 7th by 4 points, separates the Dynavolt boys. Then we've got Bassini and Juan Mir. Only the top 10 got into triple figures, as Iker for another very solid season in 11th, 11 points ahead of Navarro and way ahead of his teammate Sam Lowe's in 13th, which is a single point ahead of Marini. Then Quartaro, Agata, Locatelli, Gardner, Corsi, Hector Barber rounds out the top 20 ahead of Fenati, Vinales and Odendahl. As 23 wide to score points so far. Well, scored points this season. With Danny Kent in 24th, none of the best of the non-point scorers in 24th on his speed up ahead of Joe Roberts on his NTS, and the Tech 3 of Bo Bent Snyder up to 26th ahead of Nakashima's Calix in the end. Then the Suito of Manzi in 28th, and Danilo, Paoli, Kuradin, Granado and Fugini gets the wooden spoon. So it wasn't the objective he wanted in qualifying, but he got it in the race and he got the World Championship. He's earned quite a lot of reputation, and no doubt we will see him on a pretty decent MotoGP machine next season. As in MotoGP, Yamaha won the team rankings as Marquez won on home turf ahead of Dovi and Rossi. And in Moto2, it is confirmed Mario McDonald, your champion. And in Moto3, it's Jorge Martin on home turf, grabs the championship ahead of Bezzecchi. So, where will Mario go? Will he stay in Moto2? No, he won't. It's all about MotoGP. Will he join Suzuki? He actually looks pretty good on that machine, even with his helmet colours. Will he go to Aprilia? Will he go to the KTM team? Will he go to Tech 3? Will he go to LCR alongside Cal Crutchlow or alongside Nakagami or the Premac team? Well, he's been heavily linked to the Mark VDS team, Avintia, the Angel Neto team. So it won't be the Angel Neto team. It won't be Avintia. There won't be Mark VDS. Will it be Premac? Could it be the LCRs? Could be very good alongside Crutchlow. Or the Tech 3 Yamaha with Zarco and Surin, should I say? Or Priya or Suzuki. No, it's not been Suzuki. They've been more linked with maybe Juan Mir if they're going for Moto2 riders. So Iannone and Rins are safe. Same for the Aprilia of Scott Redding. Just with Alicia Spargo alongside, and Paul Spargo and Brad Smith definitely safe at KTM as well. Then the Tech 3, Zarco, Masurin, very tempting. But in the end, the rumours are true. He is going to Premac Ducati, and his helmet actually fits in well with their colours. Alongside Jack Miner, but alongside Dino Petrucci, he's going to have a GP18 bike. As his manager's finally popped up again, saying has the new Moto2 champion is something for all members of the team to be proud of. Indeed, a phenomenal achievement, and we are certain that this is just a start. Who knows, perhaps soon we'll be seeing you compete in the MotoGP soon. He's not a very good personal manager, is he? He surely would have known that. Is he ready? I've spoken with the Premac Racing team, and they're really excited to start this adventure together. The guys are working hard to get you the best possible bike, and the entire team is convinced that 8th place is within your reach. That's a hefty goal, should I say? Can't even speak now. As the number 98, the Moto2 champion, will begin his Premac adventure round the Saudi International Circuit in Qatar next time. And there is the Moto2 championship alongside the Moto3 one. Shame he didn't get the Red Bull Rookies Cup, But that was only kind of the launch pad for him into Grand Prix motorcycle racing. He definitely has enjoyed it, his time on board the faster machines. And now he's on the fastest of them all, the MotoGP machines. Let's see if he gets his MotoGP career off to a fantastic start next time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you then.